Heaven, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I seek when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek.
I don't know what's been wrong with Hamlet lately.
Well, dear, that's why I'm here.
I've tried to be an understanding mother, but it seems to do so little good.
Adolescence is a trying stage. And it's rather trying for them, too. How are his peer relationships?
Fine. He goes with a nice girl. Her name is Ophelia. Do you know her father, Polonius? He writes all those cliches for the television commercials.
My office has used him many times. Now tell me, were you displeased when Hamlet began dating the daughter of a working-class man?
Frankly, at first we were. But she is such a good girl, and you never know what your son is going to bring home. Perhaps even a tramp from the gutter.
Yes, let's go on to something else, shall we? When did his problems begin?
I noticed a marked decline in Hamlet's attitude not long after Big Hamlet died. And it became progressively worse after I remarried.
Remarried? When?
6 weeks after my first husband's death.
This is the age of the liberated woman. How has Hamlet acted towards his new father?
Coolly, I'm afraid.
Not surprising. There are several causes. Is your new husband dissimilar to your old husband?
Oh no, they're quite similar. In fact, he's my old husband's brother, Claudius.
Then Hamlet's new father used to be his uncle.
We've always been a close family. It may be old-fashioned, but that's just the way we are.
Would you care to give me the details of your husband's death?
No, I can't.
I understand.
Do you?
We always do.
Well, look who's here. Miss Circe, this is my son, Hamlet.
Hello, Hamlet.
Well, what have you been doing?
Hesitating.
Oh, I thought you'd be in the den talking to Daddy.
Something rotten's in the den, Mom.
I think this is where you best take over. Hamlet, Miss Circe is a trained psychiatrist. It's not that we think you're crazy or anything, we just want to help.
Hamlet, won't you lie down? Now, Hamlet, before we begin, I think it's important you realize one thing. I'm only here to help you.
Quite frankly, I've been pretty anxious to talk to someone. I mean, you know, I see ghosts.
I always start by playing this little word game. All my patients love it. I'm going to give you a word, and you're going to tell me the first word that comes to mind. Ready?
Yes.
Obvious.
Apparent.
Sugar.
Daddy.
Nearer.
Farther.
Soda.
Pop.
Prince.
Popper.
Modern art.
Dada.
Well, Hamlet, your problem isn't going to be very hard to diagnose. Apparent. Daddy. Farther. Pop. Popper. Dada. It all points to one thing. You have a severe father fixation. Tell me, do you think of him often?
Yes, I do. Like I said, I talk to him.
You talk to him.
Actually, I've been talking to his ghost.
His ghost. What does this ghost say to you?
I don't know exactly. He's not very clear.
Have you always had trouble communicating with your father?
Let's
go on to something else. I like to ask my boy patients what they want to be when they grow up. Tell me, what are your ambitions? What do you want to do when you grow up?
I'm not quite certain I ever will grow up. To be or not to be?
Later, Hamlet. Right now, I'm afraid I'll have to go. My husband's waiting for me in court. We're getting a divorce. I caught him in the garden with his secretary. So I grabbed a pair of pruning shears and I cut off his ear. Now he thinks he deserves custody of the 9 children. Now I don't think what I did in an isolated moment of insanity should be held against me. Do you?
Miss Circe, I don't believe that you're going to be able to help me at all.
Nonsense. What's a psychiatrist for?
Hamlet, come over here. Come over here, Hamlet. Listen, I have a few things to do before the guests arrive, so why don't you two have a nice talk and a meaningful relationship?
So, you're here for Christmas break, huh?
Yeah.
What grade are you in now?
Grade?
Well, if you don't feel like talking... Ophelia! Good to see you. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year to you, sir. Thank you for inviting me to the party.
We're delighted to have you here. Is your father here yet?
Yes, downstairs.
Good. We have a few last-minute details to go over.
Well, it'll be good to see him in something other than that awful uniform. All those rows of medals are disgusting. For that matter, one of them is out of line.
That one should be conspicuous. I mean, it's the only one he really earned.
Oh, Hamlet, you're so funny.
Am I?
Yes. I think that's what I like most about you. Hamlet, what do you like the most about me? Hamlet, I know you've been through a lot lately, but if you shared your problems with me, they wouldn't be so bad. It's hard for me to say, but I love you. And I'll be there for you for 1,000 tomorrows.
1,000 tomorrows less than 3 years.
Oh, Hamlet. That was one wild party.
Ophelia!
Yes, Daddy?
What are you doing here alone with a boy?
We were just talking.
Have you already forgotten how your brother said young girls should act?
You should see how his girls act.
Never mind, it's different for a man. Besides, I don't want you seeing Hamlet anymore.
But Daddy!
Ophelia, remember, father knows best. Forget him, Ophelia. After all, we're from 2 different worlds. I'm sorry I had to do that, Hamlet, but, well, between you and me, everything happens for a reason. Besides, a stitch in time saves 9 months. What do you say we retire to our bedchambers?
I'm sorry to barge in like this, but I have the findings from the lab, and I know you've been anxious to...
Of course.
I'm sorry, this is very difficult.
Is there anything wrong?
It's a brain tumor. There's no doubt he's insane. I'm sorry.
Must he be institutionalized?
No, never. This is his home. Here with me.
Listen.
No, I won't listen. Thanks. I needed that.
We must do what Miss Sorso says. If he must be institutionalized, there's nothing.
Oh, I don't think he needs to be put away. Patients like this can live normal lives for 2-3 years.
Damn. I must do away with him long before that.
Meanwhile, I suggest you continue with him as if nothing has happened.
Thank you, Miss Sorso.
Not at all.
I can't bear it.
Now get a hold of yourself. Do you want him to see you like this? Act as if nothing has happened.
Hello.
How are you?
Quite well. You know, I haven't spent much time with you two lately. We should do something.
Wonderful. About time we started acting like a family. Families that play together, stay together. What do you have in mind?
Well, there's a movie on TV that's rather good.
Whatever you want, Hamlet.
The movie is The Guilt of Gonzago's Murderers. I don't like this picture.
I've seen this before, so I think I'll go.
I'm not surprised that you've seen it before. So tell me, how does it turn out, huh? How does it turn out?
Not very interestingly.
Hamlet! Really? That's no way to talk to your father. We know what you've been going through.
Honey, I'm leaving. What do you say we watch the Song of Bernadette?
She's not going anywhere. She's staying here with me. Now you better go, before I kill you.
Hey!
I mean it. Get out of here now, before I kill you!
Well, son, if you're so interested in killing me, then why don't you do it?
I don't know. How can I kill a guy who wants to watch the Song of Bernadette?
Yes, I do want to see it. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Hamlet, we know what you've been going through, but if I thought for 1 minute that gun was loaded... It is loaded, Mother, as you will see if your foolish husband ever decides to return.
What's something?
I told you. You see, Mother? It was loaded.
Daddy, what happened? Oh no!
Shut up, Ophelia, I'm dying.
Stop it, you're not gonna die! How could this happen?
What do you have there, dear?
Pistols from my military days.
I'm exhausted.
So am I. Can I get anyone a drink? Let's get rid of this leftover eggnog.
None for me. Thank you, dear.
Hamlet?
Yes, thank you.
I hate to poison the kid, but there's nothing I can do. It's either he or we.
All this mourning is wearing me out.
Sometimes people cry, and sometimes they pretend to. Sometimes there are people that don't even feel sorry for the person that has died. Sometimes the people that have died have been murdered. And the people that pretend to feel sorry for the person that has died are the ones that did.
Hamlet, stop at this instant! Oh my god, it's my heart!
I'm sorry, Mother. Here, drink this.
Thanks, son.
You'll feel better.
I shouldn't have gotten mad at you. I know you haven't been feeling well lately.
I see. The drink was meant for me. The only way to settle this is by a duel.
Sorry it had to be like this, son. Always remember, fighting solves the rest is...
But that.
You should make your voice heard.
Just
But
Daddy, Daddy.
No, this was good.
You should see how his girls act. I didn't want to screw up my lipstick.
Gertrude, listen.
No, I won't listen! That was so bad.
That was good.